What's up guys, Doomwake here, and welcome back to another standard video here on the channel. Today, as we end 2024, first and foremost, if you're watching this as the new year approaches, or maybe you're watching this when it's already the new year, happy early new year, or happy 2025. It's been a hell of a year, 2024 on the channel, and I'm looking forward to another year of amazing content. And I can't do it without all of you, so thank you for supporting the channel, and I really appreciate you guys being here and watching the video. Or watching the videos, plural, this video too. We have some more standard, as I mentioned earlier, and as we approach the upcoming Spotlight Series in Atlanta, Georgia, the first Spotlight Series actually, so it should be an interesting event. Still, as of recording this, it's Monday. I'm leaving for Atlanta in 4 days, and I still don't know what to play, so let me know in the comments if you got any suggestions. But this is one of the decks that I tried leading up to doing some testing for the event, and I will say, shout out to, I don't know if it was CFT Suck or Jason Yee. Those individuals are both on Team Sanctum of All. They both create phenomenal deck lists. They're amazing deck builders. I'm not sure which one of them initially created or where I saw the list from, but I believe it was one of those two individuals. And I think the concept here, this is, an Izzet Midrange deck, where the concept is you're kind of utilizing a lot of the same blue cards that the Dimir midrange decks use. So Enduring Curiosity, Floodpits Drowner, Faerie Mastermind, and Spyglass Siren. That's kind of like a whole package of cards, this like blue tempo, cheap creatures, plus flyers, plus Curiosity Shell. So you take that core, and instead of playing black cards like Cut Down, Shieldred, Kaido, Go for the Throat, things like that, you replace the black interaction with slightly less good red interaction like Dragonfire, Burst Lightning, and Torch the Tower. Not always worse, but worse in some situations. And then your red threat, instead of playing stuff again like Kaido and Shieldred, you're playing Screaming Nemesis. And the concept here is that one of Dimir's kind of weaker matchups is mono red, where sometimes it can struggle getting onto the battlefield if the red player has a ton of early stuff. And Screaming Nemesis is one of the best possible cards against red, because every single card that they have that answers Nemesis deals damage. So if you play Nemesis and they have a creature in play, if they go to kill the Nemesis, then it's with a Lightning Strike usually. And then in that case, you can just deal the 3 damage back to the creature. So you're always going to get 2 cards out of this Nemesis. So the idea being you have these 10 red kill spells that you can kind of trade 1 for 1. The Nemesis is going to trade for 2 of their cards. And then ideally, you kind of end up always ahead in that exchange. Maybe, again, try to kill them with the small creatures like Drowners and Masterminds, go up all the way up to Curiosity. So that's kind of the concept here. It's like Dimir, but trying to have a better red matchup. And I don't hate the idea. Red also does give you access to some pretty potent sideboard cards, which we'll look at in a second. But past that core of the blue core plus the red package, we have a couple of flex spots here, 2 Phantom Interference. You'll usually find this in Dimir as well. Just kind of the most versatile 2-mana counterspell, especially in a deck that has Enduring Curiosity, where sometimes just paying 4 mana to make a 2/2 flyer is pretty good, where you have this in play, you go end step, make a 2/2, untap, attack with it, draw a card, hold up your mana. Faebloom Trick, which is another card that Dimir has been adopting recently, and one that's quite good in this deck, because the natural curve of Faebloom into Curiosity, you Faebloom on turn 3, tap their blocker, and then turn 4, you have 2 1/1 flyers to pair with your Curiosity, hit them for 2, draw 2 cards, get a pretty big amount of advantage there. And then a couple of Tishana's Tidebinders. This card is very good against Domain, because they have Leyline Binding, Overlords, things of that nature. Even in the blue midrange mirrors, you can, say your opponent trades for their Curiosity, you attack and they block with their Curiosity, you can actually Tidebinder their Enduring Curiosity trigger so that it doesn't come back, which is pretty cool as well. Mana base is nothing too crazy. I will say, the first couple of matches, and I kept telling myself to cut those lands, and I kept somehow forgetting. There was some Sunken Citadels, and I believe there were Demolition Fields at one point too, and those have been removed because, I don't know, I didn't like the additional tap lands with the Sunken Citadels. The mana base for these enemy color decks is a little awkward. You really only get 2 good dual lands because we don't have the enemy Verges yet. Not sure when we're going to get those. And you do kind of have to, get a little bit wonky with the mana base. So 2 Restless Spire and 3 colorless lands, which I guess Mirrex doesn't always count as a colorless land, but it can be sometimes. But as far as the sideboard is concerned, again, those red cards that I mentioned, couple of Lithomantic Barrages, good in the Dimir mirrors, Pyroclasm, good against Boros, Jeskai, things of that nature. An additional Torch, 2 Urabrask's Forge, another very useful tool in the blue mid-range mirrors, and pretty good against most of the Sunfall decks. Dissection tools here, good at racing, good against the red prowess strategies, and I would guess probably good against Dimir too. If this resolves, it's pretty hard for them to remove it. You have a Tishana's Tidebinder to supplement the 2 in the main, good against Domain and things of that nature. Same with Disdainful Stroke. And then Ghost Vacuum if anybody is still playing the blue-white Oculus deck or any other graveyard shenanigans going on. But yeah, that is the Izzet Midrange deck. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this one at first, but after playing a few matches with it, I was kind of impressed by it. So maybe something worth considering for an upcoming standard tournament, perhaps Atlanta if you're going. If you are going, I'll see you there. Be sure to stop and say hi. But with all of that said, I will see you guys back here in just a little bit for round number 1. All right, play first. Yeah, see, this Citadel is just... the Citadel's kind of a monk ass with the sand. I'm gonna keep it, but I think so, Jarl. Yeah, I did get together all the cards to play Cage, so I'm gonna be testing a little bit of Cage too. But those are the 2 decks that I'm leaning towards the most. I thought the Cage deck. I guess I never really thought it was a meme, but I didn't really think that I was going to be as impressed with the Cage deck as I am. But that Cage deck feels really good. It's tough. The one thing that I didn't have the opportunity of doing is playing against midrange. And what I really want to do, they gave me an oops. I'm assuming this is not what they meant to do. The one thing I want to test is the Glyphless deck against the Dimir and Golgari decks to see how that matchup plays without Glyph. Because I think Glyph is one of your better cards against mid-range. So. Can you trade on this? On Arena? No, there's no trading. I wish there was. They get the Fern Ass. The Fern Ass. So they definitely have Torch here. All right, how about we get an untapped land, please? Any untapped lands? Not quite. Kind of just chilling, though. They're at 12. We got 4 power. Get a counter spell and a trick. We're in a good spot. Furnace with 2 mana untapped. Okay. Resolves. I'll allow it. This one I probably shouldn't allow. No. 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 You still have 4 cards in hand, though. I think I should do this. Maybe it's better to Faebloom Trick that turn. But I still have, like, this weird read. They have Torch in hand, and if I Faebloom Trick, then they hold up Torch. They can just Torch, sack Furnace, kill Curiosity. This is your deck. Actually, you found it from CFT Sock, so it's not your deck. The amount of times that I see that stuff in YouTube comments, by the way, is maddening. Absolute madness. Can we talk about that? Like, everybody's like, You didn't give credit to the original deck designer. Like, what if they got it from somebody, you know? You don't know where they got it from. Like, you just need to cite your sources. It's like, this isn't a business, you know? All right, I'm going to pass. Astral Draw, what do you got for me? It's in every deck a Croaky's deck? That's correct. I'm glad you understand. Yes, Doomwake, more like Steelwake. Yes, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, comment, Doomwake, more like Steelwake. Yes, exactly. That is exactly what I want you to do. Rare spoiler. All right, you can have a little anal. That's fine. I'll allow it. I will allow the anal. All right, you ready? No, not that. Wrong image, wrong image. Wait, did I not download it? I swear to God, I clicked download. Where did I save it? Okay, hold on. I gotta remove this. Yeah. I just saved it. Where did I save it as? I think they sent it to me as an email, though. They sent me a JPEG via email form, so I might be able to check my email and download it. I don't think I'm bursting anything. I'm about to burst. Why on earth? Why on earth would you ever tap the Spirebluff Canal over the Sunken... This is what happens when I turn the auto-tapper back on, by the way. Arena just... I can't, dude. I can't. No, I'll just check my email. I'm like 90% sure she sent the BP email. Did you gift your 500 subs? I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Valley Floodcaller. I mean, I ain't blocking. I ain't blocking. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean 100 subs? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you are talking about. What is this what is this 500 subs you mean? I don't know. What email did she send it from? I'm just gonna search deck, yeah. Nope. Okay, now I gotta figure this out. I sent the promo here. I just emailed the files over to your email. Please check the spam folder as well if it doesn't arrive shortly. Okay. Spam. What are we doing? Did I die? I'm at 12? I attack. I guess that's probably supposed to do the map pre-combat. That's good, right? I've only made burst lighting still. What do you want me to not kill the Floodcaller? We're still fine. They're not going to kill us next turn. What do you think this is? It's not like they're going to kill us next turn. Inbox. How do you even check spam? Starred, sent, drafts, folders? I don't know how to check spam on this. I can't figure it out. Bushwhack. There is no folder that says spam. I couldn't see one. It's on my... Don't make fun of me, but it's on my Yahoo account. I still use my Yahoo account for some things. I mean, I don't think we're dead. I don't think I'm dead. Oh, wait, they have this town? Oh, I'm mega dead. Never mind. Okay, note to self. Probably could have won that game if I had held the Burst Lightning. Very likely would have won that game. So, keep that in mind. Alright, give me Torch. Give me Dragonfire. This Exile, so I'll keep that. I don't know if I'm supposed to board in Vacuum against them. I don't think so. And just do something like... I mean, Burst Lightning is kind of heinous against them, I think. Yeah, I guess I'll bring in the Vacuums. I'm going to try and get the t-shirt like set up at some point. I don't know exactly when, but I was going to try to do it tomorrow. Keep this. Put back Torch. Red. Do. I'm not going to answer that question, Cheese. Definitely not going to answer that question. Well, you can call it whatever you want, but it is deck, yeah. Anal. Storm Chasers Talente. No land is kind of a ripperoni. Let's do this. Do this now, just so they can't pump it up. Yeah, no land is kind of a feels bad, man. Bad shatters get sent to the Shadow Realm. Yeah. The deck, yeah, brings coal into your stockings. That's what it does. Every single time you misplay, deck, yeah, Santa shows up. He's just got a giant bag of coal, and he's like, coal, yeah! Right in the stocking. That man loves coal. Yeah, every shirt comes with a custom signed bag of coal. Specifically signed. I actually didn't just sign the bag, I signed every individual piece of coal that's in the bag. Took me a long time. Can I please get some lands? Just one. Maybe two? Maybe two? You know, I've thought about it. I definitely have thought about it. I'll let you know when I actually can try to do that, though. I'll let you know. Holy! They said it couldn't be done. They said it couldn't be done. I hate playing against this Otters deck, not because I think it's too powerful. Like, I think it's a reasonable deck that is very, very strong and very good. But the reason I hate playing against it is I just have no idea how I'm supposed to sideboard. Because you want Torch to kill their creatures, to be able to kill their combo pieces. You kind of want Ghost Vacuum to fight over the graveyard with, like, Storm Chasers talent loops. You want Enchantment Hate. There's, like... I think in most situations, you could argue that you're supposed to bring in your entire sideboard. Like, every card is good against them. Or at least it seems like it's good against them, you know what I mean? But obviously you can't board in 15 cards. He gives both bulk mythics, like Mox Opal. Bulk mythic confirmed. Questing Druid. Floodin, and I'm pissing. Okay, I know they have Torch, but I just need to get my card out of this. We have Second Curiosity anyways. Bushwhack. Chat, they're whacking the bush again. I thought you weren't allowed to do that. That is rude. Alright, we're dead. I'm off it. I'm out. God, I hate playing against this Otters deck. Alright, good hand. Good hand. Should maybe consider changing the mana base after this. Well, don't get too excited, Topper. It's just for a day. The Mox Opaling will resume tomorrow. I guess I need blue. Yes, that is correct. The Otters deck does just get smashed by aggro. Like their deck has, I'm not going to say 0%, but it's really tough for that deck to beat red. That is certainly a reason not to play Otters. But if you can dodge the red matchup, then it's pretty good. Faebloom Trick. New plan. I'm not going to cast this Curiosity into the world's most obvious counterspell. Okay, well, I'll cast it now. Now that they've decided to tap mana. Oh, I'm blocking. I'm blocking. Trust me. Did they think I wasn't going to block? The easiest block of my life. If they had Kaido, they could have just tapped the Curiosity pre-combat. Yeah, and see, their Kaido's not even good here. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. Torch, Pyroclasm, Dragonfire. I don't really think these... I don't understand this, Jace. This card... Maybe MTB can help me out with this one, because you've played this deck. I don't understand this card at all. Like, why is it good? It's not for Dimir. But, like, why is it good, period? Like, what is it supposed to be good against? It just doesn't make sense. It's good versus red decks and aggro decks? Why is it good? Because I don't like your minute 3 less from here if you do against plot. Just so you can, like, double spell against red, but you can't even cast it until turn 4. So, like, turn 4, you get the Jace, plot a card, and then turn 5, you get the double or triple spell. I don't know, it's just weird. It just sounds weird in theory. Maybe it plays out better than I think it than it seems like it, but I actually kind of like Tish against Dimir because it's good against their curiosities. I think I'm gonna just cut my Nemesis. I'm fairly certain the Nemesis is my worst card against them because it just lines up poorly against Go for the Throat. I kind of hate Cyborg Guides, to be honest with you. I know that a lot of people prefer them, but it's just not something that I've ever been interested in doing. And to be honest with you, I sideboard mostly just based on vibes. 90% of the time when I sideboard, it's just vibes. I could have maybe mapped there, assuming they would cast the Mastermind. That might have been a good heads-up play. Okay, kind of not punished. Okay, this is fine. Just thinking about how I want to sequence the next couple of turns. Because this Restless Spire kind of fucks me here. I could go Reef Mastermind main phase to play on Counterspell. I could Reef Dragonfire main phase. I could tap land map, or I could tap land pass. Yeah, mapping the tapped Siren would make more sense if I'm going to trade the Floodpits Drowner. Well, no, it wouldn't, right? Because then they just trade here. So it ends up being kind of the same thing, but at least it forces them to use mana. I do think map tap land is best here, though. Oh, well, that changes things. Okay, well, now I guess I just do this. Keep that. Sideboard guide universal. -3 to 4 bad. Yeah, cut the bad cards, board in the good cards. That's all you need to know about sideboarding. Plus, huh? How do we feel about main phase Curiosity? Because then if they minus, we can Dragonfire the Kaido. I actually kind of like that. Plus. So that means they have Floodpits, probably? Oh. Oh, this is what we're doing. Isn't this play just bad into the known Floodpits? I mean, they deal 10 damage, but they lose their Kaido. I'm confused. I'm a little confused. I feel like they were maybe supposed to just, like... I mean, Kaido minus, but maybe their hand just sucks. Like, that definitely... That play, to me, signifies weakness. At least I think so. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah, well, the thing is they knew about the Floodpits, too, because that was from the map. So they didn't know that I had the Floodpits Drowner. I'll take 3 cards, please and thank you. 3 cards. Just kill the Soulstone now. And this game's just over, right? Wait. Oh, I was like, why didn't their thing die? I was so confused. What? Why did their creature die? What the hell? Danny, welcome. Thank you for the raid. You are about to hear some of the worst jokes that you've ever heard in your entire life, as well as the worst keeps. Okay, I may have been a little overzealous with this keep. This is not my best work. Don't judge me by one keep, okay? That's all I ask. Never mind, it's the greatest keep in the history of mankind. We are dead, though. So, you know, there's that. Look at this. I was on the draw, I didn't kill their elf, and I now have 2 mana, and they're about to have 5. This is what happens when you don't kill the elf, huh? I mean, I guess I kill the elf. Now, I don't know, it just feels so bad. Feels terrible. They still have 4 mana. That was the reason to hold up Mastermind. So it looks like they're playing the green-white beans deck. All right, here's a question that's maybe impossible to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways because I'm sure chat has opinions. What card in its respective format? I'm not asking which card is more powerful on a baseline. I know the answer to that question. I'm asking which card, respective to its relative format, has a higher impact when it is in your opening hand. Llanowar Elves or Mox Opal? And when I say Llanowar Elves, I mean standard, of course. I think the answer is Opal, but I think it's also closer than you may believe it is. Like, turn 1 Llanowar Elf on the play is really fucked up. I don't know what this card does. Whenever you cast a creature spell, make a beast. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put 3 counters on a creature you control, landfall, gain 3. Noted. Well, this is bad. Landfall, gain 3, creature, make a beast, non-creature, 3 counters. What if... 7, 8. What if we just Nemesis here? They take 8. I think it's our best bet. I don't think they're going to block the Nemesis, but I would take the trade if they did. You can't bolt Mox Opal. That is true. You can bolt the player, but you can't bolt the Opal. I mean, if they have... It seems a little unlikely to have 6 non-creature spells in their 5-card hand. I think. Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that. Yo, that's a combo. That is something I had not thought about. What the fuck? What? What is this? What's going on here? Am I... Where's Ash? Am I getting punked? Ash, you can come out now. Where's Ashton at? This is an EDH deck. Ashton Kutcher, hello? Well, this is not good. I'm dead, by the way. I don't know if you know that. I'm very dead. 4 basics. Yeah, they did play a lot of basics. Okay, kill spells out. Kill spells out. Counter spells in. Tishana. I appear to not have nearly enough cards for this matchup. I guess this kills the 6/5. You're telling me that I have to play 4 of these cards? I guess it's Burst Lightning. Ding, ding, ding. I played the Elves Golgari deck, and 70% of the time I was playing normal Golgari with worse mana and worse top decks. 70% of the time I was playing normal Golgari with worse mana, worse top decks. Are you saying in terms of Elf? Yeah, but like, the thing is you get like, I don't know, the hands where you have turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Annex on the play, there's not a lot of decks in Standard that can beat that start. And like, they're not going to have the kill spell for the Elf every time. Even if they have 4 in their deck, they're not always going to have Cut Down in their opening hand. You know? I brought in the Tidebinder. Did I not? I'm like 90% sure I brought in the Tidebinders. Probably should have mapped that turn. We got a floater. You know they're an EDH player when they float mana. I still don't really understand these Drannith Ruins, by the way. This card seems so weird to me. Okay, good news. We can't get Sunfault this turn, so... it's good news. Enduring Curiosity is... what a card, huh? What an absolutely fucked up card. Exactly, yeah. And it also warps the way that your opponent has to sideboard too, right? Like, your Golgari deck has 4 Llanowar Elves and then 20 other creatures that do not care about cutdown. But what are you going to do? Cut the cutdowns against your Llanowar Elf opponent? Like, you're kind of put in this bind where you have to keep them in your deck. But then the games where they don't draw Llanowar Elf and they just have a normal draw, which like turn 2 Dread Knight, turn 3 this, whatever, then you're stuck with cutdown in your hand that has no good targets, you know? And I guess the trade-off is that they end up drawing an elf on turn 5 or turn 6, and they're also bricking at that point. But I don't know. The Golgari deck just has so many ways to accrue card advantage that, like, even if they're in a situation where they're drawing a brick later in the game, it doesn't matter that much because they have so many other ways to get those cards back. Does that make sense? And, like, I guess if you're also a mid-range player, then you maybe have those as well. So it's just a bit of an interesting dynamic. I was really hoping they wouldn't have that this turn. Because now I have to decide if I want to play around Sunfall. Yeah, I mean, I have to, right? I really hope they play 4-mana Overlord this turn, because that would be a good Tishana's target. The deck is so soft to many other decks, you cannot afford 4 additional lands. I mean, it depends on the matchup too, right? Like, if you were only playing against other mid-range decks the entire time, you would, like... No, 4 cards for into your hand. I guess I'll Tidebinder that. If you told me that when you signed up for a standard tournament and you were a lock, right? A lock to play against only mid-range decks, maybe then I could see not playing Llanowar Elves because it is not great against the other mid-range decks. But, like, the reality of the fact is that's not the case, right? You're going to play against other decks, and against stuff like Mono Red in the more aggressive decks, having Elf into your 3-drop is just the way that you beat them, right? Rickety Gazebo. I mean, it's rickety, all right. Definitely rickety. Make counterspell. There we go. I have too many cards. Do this, I guess. Bro, I got too many cards in hand. What's going on? I'm not reading that. I'm just going to counter it. I'm sure it's a Wrath, but I'm just not reading it. It's a white card that costs 5 mana. I'm just, whatever it is, I'm going to counter it. Northwich? That's what the Westerners call it. I mean, there's some good animes out there, right? Surely there is. You just said it. Well, how do I know if you're lying to me? I can't tell if you're trolling or not. I'm not sure if I can trust you. Well, that's the thing. I don't know what I like. I guess we're just not going to tap anything. This might just be a Nemesis-y kind of game. We'll hit him with the Nemesis. Nemesis. Watch Cowboy Bebop. I've heard good things about that. I've heard good things. I don't know. It's plenty of them. I had like a list of them somewhere at one point the chat was suggesting that I watch, but like I said, I've just never gotten into it. It's not that I'm not saying that I wouldn't be interested in it, but I've never really started, and I don't know where to start, right? I'm too new to it. It's a little awkward. Trying to think here. I'm not really winning this race. All right, I'm gonna attack and pass. Start with Dragon Ball for sure. Does Yu-Gi-Oh count as an anime? Because I've watched every episode of Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, well, okay, then I guess I am into anime. I've watched Yu-Gi-Oh before. See, I'm learning things about myself that I didn't even know. Okay, Pokemon 2. Well, it turns out I've watched more animes than I thought. You meant like Overlord? Like Overlord of the Flood Pits? Or are we talking anime Overlord? Alright, how about this? How about we go Flood Pits, tap, pay, trade for this one? I've heard of Bleach before. Oh, I can't trade because they make it a 4-3. This is bad. Okay, never mind. I shouldn't have done this. I should just take it 2. I forgot they got 2 triggers. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. 5Ds, GX, all the different Yu-Gi-Oh! There was actually a channel, I think it was the I think it was like the official Konami channel that they recently like went back and showed or shown a bunch of the old Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I think they went through every single episode, and I watched a lot of that. 5D is nuts. The fuck out of here. Can we get a Can we get a Ribbozo for Tomber? I'm dead, by the way. Kill this, pay 2, get this back. They just put a bunch of counters here. Right? God, Paw Patch is really fucked up. I mean, I guess I have to. And trade with Paw Patch. Well, can't they just make it 5 with Trample? Yeah, I guess that's fine. I still could do the trade for Paw Patch. I kind of cook, though. All right, song request from Hunter. Hunter says, sound familiar. I'll let you know. Bro! Does this sound familiar? I don't know if it does. That's interesting. I didn't know that. All right, give me these kill spells. Jace out, counterspell out, and do they have enough white creatures for Lithomantic Barrage? Toby, Sanguine. I don't think so. Just gonna cut one of these. Call it a day. I want to be the very best. Should we save Torch or Burst? I'm going to save Torch for Sanguine Evangelist. See, this is what happens when their elf dies. Their draw looks like shit, you know? But this doesn't always happen. Oh, now I get what you're saying, Hunter. This is the song that we listened to earlier from Stradivarius. Now that you mentioned, when you said sound familiar, I didn't even think about that. I hadn't put two and two together. That's kind of wild. But it does sound very similar. All right, Nemesis down. I got a lot of maps, though. Keep that. That's a keeper. So, trigger on the stack. We drown this, so they don't get a counter on the other one, and then I torch the untapped one. And then they die. Because they take 6, go to 4, immediately leave up the Tidebinder. So any creature they play, it just gets shut off. I don't really think they have outs here. Can't imagine they do. I will cast my card. I mean, they did make me cast the card. I respect it. All right, now we go back to Stradivarius. So when did the Stradivarius song come out? How old is this song? 2000? Okay. So yeah, that was like right around the same time, huh? That's kind of... I never knew that. That's kind of wild. Wait, streamer, you're listening to the same song. What? We just heard this. I mean, this song is a banger. We're gonna pretend that that hand never happened. Yeah, these colorless lands are a little... Not sure I'm a big fan of them. Or at least the quantity that we have in the deck, I'm not sure I'm a fan of having that many. Excuse me. Yeah, 10 out of 10 song Wood Steel. Wood Steel for my album. Guess I'll do this. Dude, these Citadels, man. Come on. These Citadels. Why are we playing tab? We got to change the mana base. Ldub says, hey, chat, did you know that you can subscribe for free with Twitch Prime? Tell me more, Ldub. Wait, you can? You can subscribe for free? I didn't know that. If they attack, I think I'm going to take the trade. I just want to clear the battlefield, because they are a cage deck. Yeah, I think they rightfully so don't attack. Walk this way. Is this up to? See, God, why can't... Oh, God, the fact that this is not up to makes it a lot more awkward, because I'm forced to target something where if this... Like, if it was up to, I wouldn't have to target something and trigger the pop hatch, but now that I'm forced to target something, they get to make something bigger, and I can't just trade for both. So it's like, It makes it a lot worse. So I guess in that case, I just do this. Would love to be able to just kill both, though, with Faebloom Trick. It's unlikely to happen. They're probably going to play a creature pre-combat anyways. Yo, chill. Ryan, we can talk about this. Wait. Okay. Sheltered by Ghosts. It's a good draw. So now we can, I guess, send both. They got one card in hand. We can Tishana's Cage at some point, because they probably won't be able to cage this turn. At least I hope not. Bro's got all the cages. Caged up on a Thursday. I'm gonna say they didn't use the second cage, but that is why. You're 12? Okay, if they draw an untapped land, they go untap land, animate prairie, tap elf, cage onto paw patch. That would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can they get 3 damage with the card under the cage? Doubtful, right? I don't think they can. But I could be missing something very obvious that I'm not thinking about, but I don't think they can get 3 more damage out of that. So this line should be pretty close to a guaranteed kill. Depending on what they have under the cages, of course. I guess worst case scenario is another sheltered. Okay. Yeah, because now they go counter on Paw Patch, sheltered the Nemesis. I think that's worst case scenario. I mean, they just don't have the sheltered here, right? It's just not possible for them to have sheltered by ghosts. Yeah, I think that's fine, right? Am I missing something? Oh, they can double chump Nemesis. Right. Well, now they can't double chump Nemesis. So, remember that thing I said about double chump? Yeah, that's not gonna be a possibility anymore. Screaming Nemesis. Good card. Any bumpers? They could, I guess, have something sussy under the cage, maybe. Right? If they have a kill spell under cage, I lose. Because they go kill spell, kill one of these. Or they can go block, block, kill the other one, take 2, go to 2. Okay, well. If they're doing this, then, you know. I think I may understand now why Screaming Nemesis is a $30 card. It's really good. Surely I won't lose to my own mana, right? He says as he has a hand that, well, I mean, this one's fine. This hand actually has the Citadel and the Fountainport, so it's kind of okay. This is the only situation where I've ever liked the Citadel Fountainport combo. This hand's busted. Well, now it's busted. They drew the best card in our deck, so now it's busted. get both, right? Because they had the caves, yeah. It's pretty good for them. Alright, Nemesussy. Nemesussy, you got some work to do, buddy. So, double Fountainport, huh? How's that working out for us? When I said the mana base was fine, that was before I drew the second double blue card. I'm not going to remember to cut the terrible lance after this game, though, let me tell you. Nemesis is good against Lifegain, yeah. I honestly might end up Scorching Dragonfiring my own Nemesis. I'm also going to take this trade. Trade looks weird, but I want to take the trade because this is their like main source of lifelink right now. And GG's Tuco. Easy. Okay, well, we'll start here. This is the easy place to start. I could Curiosity, or hear me out. I could Dragonfire my own Nemesis this turn, and then go Jace plus. Look, it might sound crazy, but I kind of don't hate it. I'm gonna do it. It's funny. This is the funny line. I'm gonna do it main phase 2 to play around Go for the Throat. Go here, loot, get rid of the second Fountainport. And now they're in a situation where they can't gain life and they have Darkstar Augur in play. So good luck? Question mark? Yeah, Tuco, if you don't mind posting your list, we wanted to take a look at it. Curious to see what you're cooking with. List looks sweet. But now I'm gonna need you to be this Darkstar Augur. I'm going to need this to cooperate and not reveal a land every turn. Their combo doesn't even work because they can't gain life. Okay. That helps. That helps. Go? Alright, give me like an annex or something. I'll take one. I'll take -1. I can't complain about -1. And now we can just tap down the Augur. They can't really attack with anything else. Yeah, the Jace disrespect is real. You're keeping it secret for my one more week till I get to pay me your first rescue. No, you're good. You're good to go. Okay, this trade seems good for me. Because again, they can't grow the Channeler. You got a bat in hand. So this is Hen Step if you gained and lost life. So this card does nothing, right? Because they can't gain life, and it doesn't do anything if you only lost life. Sure. Yeah. I mean, all of their creatures have no text, so that's good for me. It's no life for you. Scoured Barrens. Okay, okay. I don't even know what the Jace ult does. Until end of turn, whenever you cast a spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's not even that good. I guess I can sandbag the Curiosity and maybe try to copy that. Just wonder we're gonna take. Dude, they still don't respect the Jace. It's still the absolute Jace disrespect is unreal. 2, 4. All right. I mean, I'm a trade. Go to 7. Hold. So yeah, now the question is, do we play the Curiosity or do we try to copy a bit Jace? I think I'm supposed to just play it. Go to 6. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to just play it. Could copy Nemesis if we find that. Copying that actually doesn't sound that bad, because it gives me 2 blockers. Trade here, take 4. So I'm trying to think. So I think what we do is this. Copy Siren. And they're at 10. I'm debating if I want to use a map. I do have 3, so I don't necessarily need all 3 to sack to Fountainport. So let's do that. Let's go colorless. Map here. I don't actually think I want that. Also, if they for some reason don't block, then I'd rather find something else to copy. But they're going to block. And then I think here the plan is trade for Cleric Bat, take 3, go to 3. And probably I can use one more map, right? And then this to pop the... Yeah, okay. So we can do this. I've not played a land yet. I can also make a 1/1 this turn. That's what I'm talking about. Now you're starting to cooperate with me. Zoraline. Insta-pay 2. Interesting. Okay. I mean, they're at 5. They got to be careful, right? Those resolve. That's fine. I'm going to draw... I think I want to see what my top card is before I figure out what I want to block. So let's do that. Let's draw a card. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do this, I guess. Yeah. I can go to 3. It definitely does not change anything, I'll tell you that. I was wondering if I drew a kill spell here, then drew another kill spell, I could have killed them. But that is not the case. And now I'm just dead, right? It's not really. They're just going to chump block here, and then I'm just dead. Unless they, like, decide to double block, maybe, but they're just not going to do that. They're just going to chump, right? Alright, maybe they have a 5-drop in their deck. Fuck. Nah, man, this Darkstar Augur just did not cooperate. I mean, I think the line I took was good, but... Alright, Torch, Dragonfire, Pyroclasm, Fiery Annihilation. Counterspell's bad, Jace bad, and... Tishana's bad? Question mark? Yeah, I don't like Tishana's against them. Tishana's is just so awkward because so many of their cards are 1 and 2 mana, and it's really hard to hold up 3 mana when they're, like, double spelling every turn. It's like, card you can't cast until turn 4, and then it loots for 2 mana. Like, I don't want that card against red. At least I don't think I do. Atlanta is in, what, 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks. A good chance I'm going to play the blue-white deck, but I'm also considering playing Cage. I like Cage a lot. They got nothing? Oh, they have a bunch of black cards. That's what they have. Because they don't have a black Saurus. Well, I stand corrected. Isn't Atlanta a place, not a time? That's what you see. That's what they want you to believe. But we all know. We all know what Atlanta really is. What's the vibe here? What is the vibe? I believe the vibe is this. All right, give me one card, please. I would like one non-land, por favor. I think I'm willing to give them one turn of gaining a little bit of life. Like, how much life can they really gain this turn, right? They're showing 3, right? 1, 2, and then 1 from here. So hopefully it's not much more than that. Yeah, see, this is fine. This I am totally okay with. God, the Scoured Barrens, man. Come on. The Scoured Barrens is what's going to make the difference here. That's a huge pickup. Although, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to do this. Actually, am I? Hold on. No, let me think about this. If I torch, sacrifice, map, target Zoraline, hit with... I guess I can hit with Curiosity Nemesis. And I get 2 looks to try and find a way to deal damage to my Nemesis. Alternatively, I could just attack with these 2. Yeah, if I'm just going to attack with these 2, I might as well attack first. Because I don't think they're blocking either way. Maybe they chump block with Augur. But they're also more likely to chump block with Augur if they know that I can deal damage to my Nemesis. I mean, they just can't win if I torch my Nemesis here, right? Yeah, I don't know how they're supposed to win if I do this. I did take a damage for no reason. I should have played Mountain that turn, but... It's a good thing one's tapped and one's untapped, huh? That's -3, by the way. A clean -3. I am pretty, like, impressed at, or surprised at how often I want to, deal damage to my own Nemesis in this deck. Maybe that's just, like, because I haven't played a lot of Mono Red. I'm sure it comes up a lot in Mono Red. The GP is in Atlanta, Champ. Atlanta in 2 weeks. Dino that deals 2 to your ETB creatures plus Nemesis. The dino that deals 2 to your ETB creatures. That is not standard legal, right? Card you're thinking of is Marauding Raptor. Yeah, it's not standard legal. I don't think it is. They're on the case. They are on the case. 3 pair. Best Balatro hand. Essence Channeler. Am I killing this? Yeah, probably have to. I would like to play a Mastermind this turn, but... Okay, that's a huge pickup. Drawing a land there is good. Because now I can double spell, ideally. Speaking of double spell. Okay. It's a little awkward. Also does not draw cards, even though it puts them in their hand. A little unfortunate. That's something. They have 2 in hand. I think I'm just doing this. They just got nothing going on, right? Let's play a bit of a longer game. They also haven't missed a land drop, so there is a decent chance that like they just have they have lands in hand. Or not all lands, but they have extra lands left over. So I want to kill that. Surely I can find a better target for Torch. I don't know, though. I think it's just worth killing it. Just keep the board clear. Okay. Something. That is something. Alright, it appears all lands confirmed. Easy dubs. They're gaining a lot of life. Surely my 4 cards a turn can beat their 23 life. I would hope so. Nah, dude, Split Up is so good with Authority. I hadn't thought about that. We call that a combo. What's this do again? 2 tap. Put 2 counters on target non-human creature that entered this turn. I mean, I'd rather just play 3 creatures. I could put counters on something, but like, I'm pretty sure I'd rather just use my mana elsewhere. One of these days, I will activate Drannith Ruins. It's not going to be this turn, but one of these days I will. Oh, that card says draw a card on it. Yeah. Come on, you know you want to activate it. You know, so if they're smart, they can actually activate it again. Let's see if they know. They do know. They know. They know. They saw the line. Oh, I'm stupid. I got lazy and waited on the Floodpits Drowner, but I could have tapped this. Awkward. It's okay. We'll hit a spell off this. That's okay. We'll hit a spell off this. Well. Yep. 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 Look, it's not great, all right? It's not the best card to draw there. Not the best card to draw. If I'm going to be honest with you, it's not ideal. Okay. Case of the Uneaten Feast. I would like 1 card, por favor. Bro, come on. What is this? Okay, don't make fun of my pyroclasms. Jeffrey, do not make fun of these pyroclasms, okay? I am asking nicely. Please don't laugh at me. 6. They're at 24. Okay, you ready for this? You guys want to see the greatest play of all time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are not ready for this play that I'm about to make. Look at that. Now, I don't know if this was good, but here we are, you know? Here we are. They're still at 23, by the way. We got a lot of work to do, all right? They're still at 23. This Nemesis is just going to keep highlighting the entire game. No! Come on, I needed that. I needed that, all right? It was certainly a play of all time. It will go down in the history books as one of the plays of all time. Finally get Ruins value for the first time in history. Oh. I'm going to pump the Siren, don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm at 14. I mean, I could take a little bit of a hit, right? Could take a little bit of a hit. I'm going to give myself the option to kill bat, tap something. I don't know if I'm going to make that play, but I want to give myself the option. All right, show me some 3s. No, come on. I need you to take more damage than that. You got to cooperate with me over here. Got to help me out. Rude, but fair. I think I'm just going to keep some heat off my back and just do this. And then tap this. I don't think I'm going to shuffle it, though. I just want to, like, try to manage the battlefield a little bit. Just a big stuck down your bed. Yo, what's up? Came for the MTG, stayed for the music. I feel like a lot of people say that. Playlist is poppin'. Should shuffle it in your upkeep. I don't want to shuffle it, though. I want them to have this in play. They're at 16. Okay. I mean, I also want spells. I'm not allowed to have spells, though. They're chumping the Nemesis? Alright. Do they also have... No. I was going to say that they have a way to kill the Nemesis. Alright, take 2. Your turn. We'll eventually get value off this Ruins. Yeah, they're just gonna deal themselves a million damage. -1. -3. Hold. -3. That's a huge -3. Massive -3. Okay, that's fine. Why am I getting priority? Oh, you can Drannith your opponent's creatures? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'll pass. I appreciate the offer, but I'll pass. In what situation would you ever want to put counters on their thing? I'm sure there's like some weird backdoor situation that comes up, but... I mean, they're at 6. If I draw a Burst Lightning, like... You're kind of cooked. Any bursters? I got 3 left, I think? Oh, no, I have 1 left. Well, never mind. That's 3 damage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not dead on board. But I should probably attack. They can trade for Zorleen, but if they trade, they go to 3. And I'm dealing them 3 either way. All right. You're at 3. Will they deal themselves 3 is the question. Also, by the way, 3 Nemesis triggers. Take 3, take 3, take 3, take 3. I mean, surely they hit a spell here, right? Easy dubs. Oh my god. You know, I'm beginning to think that Screaming Nemesis pretty good against the Lifegain deck. Just gonna throw that out there. I'm kind of in with this. Red gamer spotted. I repeat, red gamer spotted. Red gamer spotted. Oh, also, I was told that Jace is good against red decks. Well, we'll see about that. We shall see about that. Burst lightning. Yeah. Shard mages would be kind of cringier. I wonder if they have ethereal armor and that's what they're thinking about casting. It's got to be, right? I mean, it could be armor or rescue. I hope it's not rescue. J Plotcher, what you got for me? All right, well, it's rescue. Damn it. Yeah. I know. Go. Now if they target it, though, I can Tidebinder it, which is nice. Talk about it. Speaking of primers, any primers? Screaming Nemesis. We should probably trade for the Heartfire hero when we have the opportunity. Before it gets bigger. Because I don't really think I'm racing them. We're going to take a lot of hits from this Nemesis, though. It's going to be a little sketchy. We need to find more of these. Tap the Nemesis. This is the big downside to playing red, right? It's like all of your kill spells deal damage. So you are a lot worse against Nemesis. Yeah, we're on a 4-turn clock. We can make that a little bit less by chumping the Nemesis for a turn, but it's going to be tight. But yeah, this is certainly what I was talking about with the huge downside to playing red over black, is you just do not have a good answer to Nemesis. Or you don't have a clean answer to it, I should say. Am I putting a counter on something? I don't think so. All right. I mean, them taking 6 is pretty good for me. Go here. What do we want to put counters on? Probably not the Sirens, because those are my best chump blockers for Nemesis. So, ideally, I want to put counters on Drowner, I think. Okay, this is gonna look weird, but let me cook, alright? Actually, no, I should have bottomed that. I thought I had one more mana. I should have graveyarded that. I mean, I guess I could just do this. And now we graveyard it, and then we use the other map on the Drowner? Question mark? Okay, I feel like I missequenced that. I think what I should have done was top the Mastermind, then graveyard it on this, maybe? Okay. Double strike, trample. So now they hold back the Nemesis. I mean, we simply go to 4. I mean, it's a good draw. Is it good enough is the question. It certainly could be. That's probably the best draw on the deck, right? Hold. And then I guess we send everything? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is lethal, so they have to block. So they chump there and then take the rest. We might actually still win this game. That would be unreal. Winning this game would be hilarious. Hold. Hold, please. Please hold your applause. Okay. That doesn't really help, does it? Alright. Go. Attack the Nemesis. So the thing is, if they can deal 4 damage to the Nemesis, I'm dead anyways, right? I guess the only difference is specifically Witchstalker's Frenzy. I think that's the only card that I play around by doing that. But everything else I think doesn't matter, right? So they're just dead? I mean, they look pretty dead to me. Wow, I did not think I was going to win that game. I didn't play a red source until turn 6. I was just a mono red deck. All right, Pyro, Dragonfire. I'm cutting Jace. Timmy tried to convince me earlier that Jace was good against mono red. I don't believe you, Timmy. I don't believe you. It is. I simply do not believe. I do not believe. I mean, Tidebinder could be interesting against Nemesis. Yeah, I'm going to play an RCQ tomorrow spin. I think we trim on Curiosity. I think, you know what? I might rather just have Tidebinder than Curiosity against red. Maybe I'd rather have... No, because I want to use this to tap Nemesis. This is tough. Let's do Tidebinder on the draw, and then if we're on the play for game 3, maybe Curiosity. Also, Faebloom Trick gives us tokens that we can sack to move the dissection tools around. Because I assume dissection tools is a big part of this matchup. Oh yeah, for sure. If you go to that FNM RCQ and you make the finals, you're getting home at 2 a.m. But I've just accepted my fate at this point. It's like either I O2 drop and get to go home at a reasonable time, or I win the RCQ and don't sleep. Either outcome is fine, you know? I'm okay with it. This is the greatest hand I've ever seen. Or you get second. Yeah, that's true. Getting second is, that's rough. That's the worst case scenario. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. Okay, now you can applause. Look, man, I didn't want to go to 5, all right? You can't make me go to 5. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to 5. It's just not, I'm not doing it. Yeah, see, I'm the opposite, Shorv. Every RC that I've qualified for, it's been 1 slaughters. Now, this hand's the actual nuts. We are cooking with this hand. Rare Dissection Tools. This is the first time that I've ever had this card in my opening hand. And I'm curious to see how it is. I mean, it's 4/4 lifelink. It's got to be good against red. You can clap now if you want. True, I guess it was in the opening hand last game, but I put it on the bottom. I chose to put it on the bottom. I wasn't forced to. That was a conscious choice. All right, whatever you do, just don't play... Please don't play Nemesis. Oh, they didn't play Nemesis. I just kind of assumed they had it. Oh my god, it's Lightning Alex. Oh my god. I wonder if they think I have a counterspell. Should probably play around Monstrous Rage. But playing around Monstrous Rage is worse if they have Shard Mages. Because then I lose the map. What if I just didn't cast the torch? Okay, well, now I cast the torch. I guess I'll do it now, if you insist. If they're going to tap out. It's almost time. It's almost time for the... You're going to get that toolbox out. I'm going to need you to get the toolbox out. I am going to need you to get the toolbox out. Next turn, of course. That's what I meant to say. You must wait a little bit for the toolbox. Hey. All right, we'll see how good this card is. Okay, -1 land. 4/4 Death Touch Lifelink. You don't have a Shatter, do you? You wouldn't have a Shatter now, would you, Jay Plotcher? You wouldn't do that to me. Surely not. Do this. Bro, come on. What is this? All right, I'm coming around to the tools. I'm kind of liking the tools. They're maybe better than I've given them credit for. That does not work the way you want it to. Oh, I guess it kind of does. Because it forces me to use a token, but I could just make a token with Fountainport. Yeah, that does not work the way you want it to. I feel like giving Screaming Nemesis lifelink should be a crime. Isn't it supposed to be the anti-lifelink card? It seems like a big flavor fail, if you ask me. Huge flavor fail. Monuments. I'll play first. Arena, please. Why are you doing this to me? Come on. What is this? What is this? What are we talking about here? You know, one of these islands could have been a Sunken Citadel, and I would have kept this hand. All right, flawless. Deck is perfect. Perfect mana base. I retract my previous statement. Any primers? Brood Spinoff. I thought for a very brief moment that Curiosity didn't specify combat damage, and then I thought about Curiosity with Nemesis triggers, but that does not work. It'd be cool if it did. Ooh. Marmots does not have land number 4. I mean... Okay, I'm in. Send it. Oh, God. They certainly can't beat the third one, I'll tell you that much. They're getting creamed. I'm creaming all over Marmots. Banger alert. I repeat, a banger alert. I do not mean to alarm you. So they're dead? I guess they're not dead, but they're basically dead. Okay, well, they have chosen death. They could have survived at 1. Card's really good when you draw 3 of these, huh? How do you respond to everybody grab a leg? This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. It's the only appropriate response. At least I think. And, I mean, hey, the competitive format is still standard, so people still have plenty of reasons to want to consume standard content. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think standard is still even more fun than modern. Even with the unbans. I think I genuinely enjoy playing this format a lot. I kind of want to keep this hand, but I'm not sure it's good. Let's try it. Will you still feel that way once they print Wandering into standard? Probably, yeah. It really is. The standard format is very underappreciated. And like, I know there's a lot of hype around modern, Mox Opal this, Faithless Looting that. And it's cool. Like, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's really dope that modern gets to be like this now. But like, you know, Faithless Looting and Mox Opal don't necessarily invoke the most interesting gameplay. Let's be honest with each other, right? So it's cool to try new stuff, but the games, they could be better. I'll say that. They could be better. Now, again, I'm still having a time. That's not to say I'm having a blast, you know. I'm having an absolute blast in Modern because there's so many new things to explore. Eight Pint, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you for the 15-month resub. Is that back-to-back 15-monthers? You know it is. Lit King and 8 Pint are just synced up today. Do you know each other? You mean old things to explore? Yeah, I mean, like, copy-paste deck lists from 4 years ago that got banned, which people have literally done. I did a while ago, yeah. After the deck yeah meme is too good. This is a bit of a weird situation that we find ourselves in. Not a good one, I'll tell you that. Definitely a weird one. Well, the problem with going on Tidebinder is they're very likely to kill the Tidebinder this turn, if they can. Oh, but I guess they have Liliana. True. So now if I sack Siren, then... Well, I guess I sack Siren, then they hold this back to protect Liliana. Yeah, Glissa loses all abilities. So as long as I keep the Tidebinder in play, Glissa has no abilities. That's a good point. Getting a counter on Tidebinder could be nice for that reason. Yeah, oh man, imagine if I had a counter on Tidebinder here, I could Klasm kill the Ooze, then attack Liliana. Yeah. Counter on here would have been a lot better. Honestly, I mean, how am I ever beating these? I think I have to do this. And not offer the trade of Tidebinder. Okay, I'm okay with that. This Ooze is going to be huge, though. Yeah, this game would have been a lot better if I had done that. Because I would have a 4-3, this would be dead. It would have been a much better situation. Because now I'm just not going to be able to kill this. It's going to be huge. Massive. Massive scoos. Opponent, did anybody ever tell you you got a big ooze? This is not good. Yeah, huge, large tracks of ooze. Glissa has no abilities now. I guess I could have double blocked the Glissa, is what you're saying. I mean, I'm just dead. I'm just dead to the Overlords. Maybe I want the third Tidebinder. I mean, given their like post-board configuration of Glissa, Scavenging Ooze, Liliana, Overlord, these Pyroclasms don't even look that good. Seems like they maybe are like they boarded into like a little bit more of a mid-range deck post-board. So maybe Pyroclasm is good against their game 1 configuration, but not against their post-board configuration. That's at least what it seems like. See, this is why this is what I mean when I say I hate sideboard guides. Because like you have a sideboard guide that tells you to bring in Pyroclasm against the Roots deck, and then you play against the Roots deck and you're like, man, this Pyroclasm just sucks, you know? But like not everybody who would play that would be like, oh, well, I should board up my Pyroclasm for game 3, even though my sideboard guide says keep it in. You know what I mean? TLDR, anti-sideboard guide. At least, like, I'm not saying that sideboard guides are all bad. I just think that people need to be more willing to adapt based on the very specific card choices that their opponent is making, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Who's winning football? I don't even know who's playing. I stopped paying attention when I died in the fantasy playoffs. I lost by 2 points last week, and it was so heartbreaking because we scored, like me and my opponent scored the most points. Well, he scored the most, I scored the second most, and I lost by 2 points, and it's just like, oh god. Like we were easily the first and second best teams in the league. So like us having to play the first round of the playoffs was kind of awkward. Unfortunate. I'll miss my team. It was so good. Yeah, I lost by 3, but I started Tua over Bo Nix, and I was like, I mean, there's just no world where I would have ever played Bo over Tua, but Tua just did horribly. But if I had started Bo, I would have won. This is maybe a bit too aggressive, but let's get them to 13, which is kind of nice. Codename CP, thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the 2-month resub. Welcome back, Codename. Yeah, let me read off my team to you. All right, hold on. You can feel bad for me. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. That's fine. Tua, Bijan, James Conner, Puka, Terry McLaurin, Jonnu Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Drake London, kicker, defense. Like, that team was just... it was absurd. I had, like, 6 top 10 guys. Terry just won. Like, I don't even think... Yeah, Terry was crazy. Terry's had a great year. Yeah, he's so good. So good. Kind of a tilt. Oh. Why did they put a counter on that? I could just shuffle it away if I want to. Which, I think I'm... Well, this is awkward, right? Because if I shuffle with the Bird Spinner, I can't hold up Tidebinder. What does this do again? 6 tap sack, make a number of 1/1s equal to the number of creature token, or number of card types. Instant creature, land, 6 mana. I mean, they're only on 3 mana, right? I think I pass. The other problem is they're just not going to use the Cauldron main phase. So, like, if I tap mana for Soulstone end of turn, they could just use the Cauldron there. But maybe that's okay? My life. Insidious Roots. Okay. Yeah, see, now this is the same position that I find myself in. Do I activate the Sanctuary? So, what ends up happening? I activate Sanctuary, they Cauldron, get a Roots token, then I send everything, they trade for Drowner, take 5, go to 4, and then I still hold up the Tidebinder. I think that's just fine, even if they do it now. I think it's just fine. Or I could keep drawing Torch the Towers. Okay. I'm really good at drawing Torch the Towers. I will say that. Very good at drawing kill spells. That could not have worked out any better. Because now I can just hold this up. Yeah. Get from you. So worst case scenario, they play a blocker, activate this, make a blocker. They have 3 blockers, but I have 5 attackers, and they're all lethal. Okay. They can now make mana with this? Does that matter? Could matter. Feed the cycle.